Sons of the Nazis was made possible in part by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to the palace.
Nice.
Outdoor episode, birthday. It's my birthday. Thanks a lot.
It's Charlie's birthday, everybody. It's my birthday, too.
Oh, another zinger.
Cheers, Charlie.
Eric. Oh, cheers.
Let's cheers it.
Cheers it.
Hey, that's 1 year, guys. 1 year.
Happy birthday to one and all.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that crazy? Let me give you one of these.
Hell yeah, man.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it is.
So good to be here.
Good to be here with everybody. Imagine that. You guys have been with us for 1 year.
1 year. You wake up in the morning, you ask yourself, is life worth living?
Should I blast myself?
There it is. Tupac filled out the rest and he was getting pictures in the bathtub.
Man, I haven't taken a bath in a long time.
You don't do baths, huh?
I never do baths.
Not even if you put magnesium in the water in it, you get soaked.
And it's good?
Oh, yeah.
You ever do it?
Magnesium foot bath, I've done it, and it hit me rock hard.
Is that like, didn't you say something to do with onions and shit and socks?
Yeah, some people put onions in their socks when they're sick. I think I actually may have tried it, but I'll tell you, I don't remember trying it or the outcome, so did it happen?
Who knows? Hey, guys, it's been 1 year with you guys.
Look how far we've come.
It's really crazy. I mean, it's gone by fast. I'll say that. It's gone by really fast.
Crazy?
It is. We just visited the old palace today. We had to grab some gear.
Had to use the old bathroom.
Yeah, we had to take the 500-yard dash to the bathroom. We're happy where we're at. We're happy that
so
you
nice.
guys have brought us to this place.
Without that, it would be the gas station glory hole, just like Helen Keller.
It'll be like that HVAC we checked out on the way to Maine.
Yeah, we had to relieve our bladders, so we did the only way we knew how is to impersonate HVAC operators.
But yeah, so we are at the new palace because of you guys. We have to especially thank the Dream Tier.
Who is it this time?
Business Company Network, Drippy Bird, and Oddball.
My goodness.
Thank you guys. You guys are the elite. And
It
everybody
takes care
else,
of the bills.
It does. Everybody else on Patreon that's chipping in for this. Charlie and I get to hang out with you guys. There is nothing better, and I look forward to it every week.
It's not even an excuse. It's a business.
Yeah.
And the more time we get together, the more things you couldn't imagine. You'll see. You'll see.
It's gonna be good.
I feel the trajectory, just like you do. You've been saying it for a bit. He's feeling the old feeling of when, just like during world peace, you feel a feeling of there's going to be some level of something coming your way. You can call it recognition, you can call it whatever, I don't know what to call it.
You can call
exactly.
it heat, is what you feel.
You call it heat.
So you feel the heat, and I do feel it. Charles and I were hanging out, we were going to the palace, and we were doing our talk prior to this sort of thing, and both of us are feeling really, really happy.
Yeah, it's really, really great. It's just the last bunch of stand-up shows have been so good.
Tell us about it, Charles.
Oh my God.
You guys went to Portland, you went to Connecticut,
yeah, we did
right?
Portland and Connecticut. I forget the Connecticut town. I can never remember it, but we did Portland, Maine, and it was a banger. 2 shows. It was a banger. The first show especially was like a personal best. You walk up to a personal best. The audience was absolutely out of control good, and it was really, really staggering. I loved it so much, and I stayed over, had a laugh with Roachford.
You can't beat Portland anyway.
Oh, you cannot. Portland is that old port area is truly
magical.
People, I don't know how to recommend it to people. I don't.
Well, it's because every time you go there and you enjoy it, there's nothing that you can advertise.
Yeah.
It's just being there is nice. It feels good.
Yeah.
Ports are always nice.
The ports are really good.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire is good too.
Oh yeah, you're next to the water. I don't know if it's a star fort configuration. I don't know if it's just being next to a well of water around you making the sounds, but it was really, really, truly nice. it was just nice. And then we went to Connecticut. We did a vineyard there. It was like we were all going to a wedding, and they had the nice tent set up with 300-400 people, whatever the hell it was. And just the configuration of the stage and the proximity of the people, they were nice and close, and you could hit everybody without having to go up or really to the sides. It was just set up really well, and it went very well. One show that night, it was just so much fun. It was great. It was the best. It was another personal best.
You prefer the one show a night?
I do. Me personally, I prefer the one show a night. We've done a bunch, I don't know, 50 shows or whatever.
It's like 50 now.
Yeah,
guys.
it's like 50 shows now, and you get to a point where you're not, when you're first trying to get this good, a lot of times you're rusty on the first show, and the second show you welcome it, and you say, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna try this or that. There's only so much steam, at least I have, to make adjustments to things while I'm on the road. It's usually I don't have enough room in my head to make certain adjustments like a normal person would, but I do anyway. But you get to a point where sometimes the first show is when your first show starts getting better, then you're getting better.
Yeah.
Let me just say it that way.
Yeah, and we were saying, let's take Portland, right?
Yeah.
Let's take Portland for an example. You were saying that the first show was easier somehow, or the crowd.
The Portland was an anomaly in that, not exactly an anomaly.
It was like the opposite effect, though.
It was the opposite effect. A lot of times you get the people that are more hammered, more whatever, I don't know, in the second show. So the response to the second show is a lot better. Maybe you can correlate that to maybe you're not rusty. I'm not sure which it is. I've only done 50 shows. But a lot of times you like the second one, you're like, yeah, okay, I did it this time. The first time I just didn't know what I was doing. A lot of that happens unless you do hundreds of shows.
So you feel like you're normally getting on track by the second one, things click.
Yeah,
and then
but things have clicked.
Better.
So it's even the first show, it's like banged it out. And there's a lot of time in between the first and the second show.
How much time?
It's got to be, probably, I would say, freaking like an hour and a half. It's like straight up an hour and a half plus a meet and greet. So it's almost, I would say 2 hours in between the first and the second show. I would say 2 hours plus.
That's almost enough to reset, which you probably don't
quite
want
a bit.
to. You don't want to reset. You probably want to stay in the mode.
Yeah, it would be easy just like 20 minutes down the lane you go in for your other set, but
right.
it's not like that. Nick has a set, Sam has a big set, and then we all shake hands and we take pictures and we do it up after every show.
I know they appreciate that.
Oh man,
that.
We're the only ones that do it.
I know, that's what's good about it.
And it's really great, and it is energizing. So it's not like you get to the second show, you're like, I'm gonna go to sleep, but a lot can happen in between. You could eat the wrong slice of pizza.
Anything, actually, right? Anything can happen in between that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you can have one drink too many, or
it could happen.
Or you didn't have a drink.
Or you didn't, yeah.
Yeah, anything can go wrong.
Yeah, but it was really so good, especially the first Portland and the Connecticut. It was just fun. It was just, things are getting more fun to do.
When I saw the pictures of the Connecticut one, I couldn't believe my eyes because I was just looking at the venue itself. Just being like an outdoor wedding thing. I was like, who the hell put this on? Was it like privately, or is that
It's a vineyard.
Okay, it's a vineyard.
Yep.
Though.
So they have events there too. They did a lot during the COVID times. You remember those times? They did a lot, and it seated a good amount of people. And I kind of like the one show, the bigger crowd one show. I beginning to like that a lot.
I think that's the way it should be.
It's really good. You get to you go all in. And then you can enjoy.
One crowd, 20,000 people. Mm-hmm. Get it over with.
That's crazy, those shows. Whoever the guy, Charls, I was scrolling through, doing some doom scrolling. I don't doom scroll, but I was scrolling through and I saw some guy was allegedly, this was the headline, booed off stage opening up for Shane Gillis. It was Charles something or other.
No way.
But it was very interesting. It was one of, like you were saying, is that an arena? I don't know what to call that.
Yeah, I think it's in Canada.
This was in Canada, but it was like the boxing ring in the middle, and it was all the way around. It was really interesting to see.
I think Shane Gillis might have sold the most tickets in that arena ever.
That guy's a maniac.
The guy's good, though.
Yeah.
I gotta say, he is good.
He's a maniac to do that.
I kind of like his shtick.
One show, big crowd, you go all the way. You've done it enough. I guess I've just been doing it for 50 or whatever to where you can have things locked in. Because, you know, anything can happen. You can be repeating things. You can be just mumbling, babbling. Like, a lot of stuff can happen, even if you do it for weeks and months, a year.
But you're scaring the shit out of me. A guy got booed off stage.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't. I was just skipping through it. I just wanted to see the crowd. I don't know what happened. I chose not to even see it.
Oh, that's so bad, though.
Yeah, well, but someone was saying his setups were long or something. I don't know. Wasn't interested in seeing it. I just was scrolling through and seeing the whole venue.
You know, I don't know anything about this crap, but they do grab local people when, you know, like let's say I don't know, but
Shaq?
Shaq is in town.
Okay, Shaq does stand up?
Shaq will do it, and he'll grab anybody locally. But
He'll probably freak out.
If Shane Gillis goes somewhere, I think they grab local acts. And of course, he probably knows, he's privy to that, you know, whoever the hell's in town.
Privy to it.
Yeah, but who knows if they aren't that good, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get booed off that. That's like...
Yeah, I don't know what, but maybe he was saying things that were too good. Maybe the crowd was too drunk. Maybe the crowd was sleeping. It's a you know, a sleepy time town.
He should have done the Are You in Good Hands?
I mean, if he went all the way with Are You in Good Hands, then he would have been fucking hamburger helper by the end of the night.
You know who's in good hands?
Who?
We got Bazuso with a $20 donation.
OG.
Thanks,
Nice.
Bazuso.
OG Baz.
Thank you.
I saw some OG classics there,
Oh,
too.
yeah?
Yeah.
Right time, right place, as we all are. Hope is never lost, only forgotten.
What's that, sir?
Excuse me, man? Are you in good hands? Thank
Thanks,
you,
Baz,
thank you,
man. What a
man.
god.
Yeah, this is the right place.
Yeah, this is the right place to come if you got that.
I mean, this is crazy. What a freaking nice night.
It feels like 20, maybe not 20 years, but it's many years. I don't know if it's one hand or two. It feels like I haven't felt an autumn or a fall in a long time. Is that just me, or is it?
No, it
is
is
this here?
100%. We saw 2 rainbows when we were setting
There's
up.
rainbows here. God wasn't gonna flood. He was a fire this time.
That's it. I mean, Charles and I were talking earlier that there's something around here that, whatever, the city we're brought up in, Autumn Fest, like a lot of
Yeah,
places.
it's a New England
It feels
classic.
like today was Autumn Fest.
does.
And in our town, with all the high schoolers that we went
Mm-hmm.
to school with, everybody goes in this beer tent and everyone gets shit-faced
Oh
and
my
falls in a lake.
goodness. Silly.
And we have not gone in there in a long
Something
time.
out of Deer Hunter.
But today feels like we should have.
Yeah. Is it around that time now?
I mean, it's getting close. I think it's October. It's like at the beginning of October.
Oh, so you know when it starts getting cold exactly at the same time, so
This is the best time of year.
it is the only time of year.
Is
as
it the
far as-
time for the cheeseburgers yet?
Oh, I wonder. Oh,
no.
speaking of which, we got Dave on the
We
grill.
have the grill time.
And man, can this
The
guy grill.
filet- Not they were ribeyes.
They were ribeyes.
They were like they were from Cool World.
It's unbelievable. It was a creation from hell.
Kim Basinger was dancing for us when we were eating those things.
It was magical what you can do with that grill.
Hold the phone, stop the press, Vicky Vale.
So anyway, guys,
I can't cook like that, dude. It's like eating shoe leather.
I actually suck at grilling. I actually really suck at grilling. I figured that out. I can never, ever figure out how to make something good on the outside and nice and light pink
Nice
on the inside. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a skill that I've only just been pan-fried all these years.
I was talking to a few people this week when I told them that we had our year anniversary, and a lot of people were asking what your favorite parts of the year
Oh
were.
my goodness.
We definitely have to reminisce.
Yeah, a reminiscence would be really a prime mover, a method, I would say. And a year, how many shows is that? Do you know how? Well, whatever rough estimate of the
shit.
shows we've done.
I wonder what it is.
It was
Anybody-
30 for season 1, and this is 13, so 43.
Yeah, 43 shows. And you know,
I mean, that's crazy.
it's crazy. And filling a big room in the studio that we were in, going really heavy on the sketches, just where we were at, conceptually. You know, it's an interesting journey, if I may use all those words.
It was a good exercise.
Yeah, it was like an exor.
It was like an exorcism.
Size. It really was. And there have been so many crazy moments. I'm just really so happy still we were shooting sketches, live during
You got to
the show.
think about.
Really so happy about that.
We should run through awesome guests like. Well, first off, I mean, we know we just had Nick Roachford on,
my
but
God.
if we had Nick Roachford came in on like rollerblades.
Yeah, he came out on rollerblades and he tore it up just like we did on the second show. He's really got it coming on here. You know, he's got his ass in the seat. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
It's truly
Roachford
amazing.
we've had some. I've been on my knees when Roachford's here.
I mean, he brings out, he's got so much energy, and everybody, I think everybody agrees.
Yep.
He brings out the best in us.
Yeah.
If he's around here. So,
Yep.
I mean, that is,
Yeah, he's a conjurer.
that's tried and true.
Yeah, he can conjure that out of you.
He wakes us up and gets us laughing hysterically.
Yep.
So he is always.
He's the most on of anybody I know. Like he's
that?
on.
It's reciprocal. You do that to him as well.
Yeah,
Reciprocating saw.
Sure. There we go.
Yeah, we feed each other's, mouths.
Bone saw.
Yeah, bone saw. But he's always on, always there for that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
really a full-time job.
The son of a bitch fires everybody up, which is nice. And we had Brandon Buckingham.
Brandon is what I remember having some good freakouts that night. to
Oh
be
my
honest
God!
with you.
It's just someone like him. Well, first off, what he did for us was a solid and a half.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. He ended up driving up from God knows where, but it was a
What the hell,
long,
Texas or something.
Yeah, who knows? Let's
Texas
call,
chainsaw.
Let's call it a 13-hour drive. But he drove here, and as soon as he didn't stop anywhere. He just got here. He was spent, and he still got hammered.
He put
with
on a
us.
show with the Hammer Brothers.
He actually was editing the night before too, so he only got 2 hours of sleep and then drove 13 hours straight to the palace.
So,
These guys are maniacs.
So he's, he's a bro. He's the best.
Yeah, I remember the laughs on there were pretty staggering, and it was really, I was grateful that I was even allowed to live yet still. That was a really, really, really good one.
And you guys probably enjoyed Rob LaForce and all of his acting skills
Oh my
because
God, he's all the X-Men at once. He's a man for all seasons.
yeah, we got to give it up for Rob LaForce
Yeah,
because
Rob,
he's an
oh my God.
unbelievable force.
He's been forcing himself upon all of us for all this year.
But I mean, his voice skills, his acting.
Maybe we should have Rob go out there for a second.
Hey, Rob, come out here, toast his buns on the fire logs.
He might, if he would.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch all of those again.
I know we have to. I know it's tough to like roll through in your head.
Because there have been, we've done this show. This show has been so crazy.
Well, we were actually laughing like towards the beginning how fucking shithouse we used to get.
Yeah, we yeah.
We used to get so wrecked.
My goodness, some of the moments
I mean, we're like-
during those shows were crazy. They were hair raising.
Passing out, almost drunk.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
And then
that's
capping
just
it
what
off
you had
with
to
food
do.
poisoning.
Oh yeah, Charles. Was that during Brandon's?
No, that was just us.
Oh, that was us.
Yeah, Rob filled in while I was in the in
right.
the can doing my
Get in here, Rob.
1, 2, and 3 and 4.
This is Rob
All right,
LaForce.
here's Whitesnake.
Hey,
here's,
what's up?
Here's
nice
the
to see you.
Virgin.
Toast your
Yeah,
buns.
I gotta shake your hand.
Render yourself on that fire.
Yeah, Rob is unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
He's chipped in
Been
a
a-
shitload over
been
the
around
last
forever.
year. And yes, I mean,
And of the timing and the wit and the discernment and understanding and execution of comedy that is on the same level as us
Yes.
as well. And it's not a joke. It's
And
not. We're not being silly.
it's always been that
It's-
way. His
he's in the
improv
same league.
skills, he is right on par. He's the best.
No, I mean, you guys
100%.
legends. I'm not that level yet, but
Nah, man, you're like me. You don't give yourself enough credit.
And that's a bad habit. That's a bad habit. Well, I mean, it's a habit. It's a habit. It's a habit.
We're breaking it for you. right
Roger
now.
Rabbit.
cheers.
All right, cheers, brother.
Cheers. Gosh almighty. Lord
So-
help us.
So let's not forget about Christ Dillinger.
No, I would never forget about. Oh my God, that. I mean, you're gonna have to jog my memory if you want me to talk about it.
I know. Well,
What
I
even
will.
happened?
I will. We did some sketches with him.
And he holds up. He's no joke at all. I mean, it's not like we have to be the people to tell you that. Everyone knows that, but he's really good.
I mean, he's unbelievably good. You will see him in Extreme Peace too.
Yeah, he's to the extremity.
If he comes around you, you recognize his skill.
Oh,
you don't take that for granted.
Yeah, he's a silly. He's a Billy if I ever knew one. I'll tell you that right now.
We had Letty on. Letty was a blast.
And Letty is great. Letty is also, people say, I mean, I don't know what people say, but appearances, let me say, you may dismiss whatever, but she holds up and she is fun.
She's fun. Definitely a lot of fun, and she rolled with the punches.
Yep.
What else can I say?
No, she is very good.
She had some good ideas too. A lot of that stuff when we were doing sketches, she
Yep.
came up with the stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's got it.
No, I mean, I don't know if she doesn't joke around. I know this. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Yep.
I've got 4 eyes on, 2 eyes right here, 6 eyes.
There was a lot of funny stuff with like your suicide.
The
I think
letter?
Frankie was in on this.
Yeah.
She did great
And
too.
I found the letter at the studio today. I saved it.
That's right.
The letter could have been lost, the original.
We were trying to grab everything we could.
I was grabbing my own
He was
rump.
grabbing memories.
I think my favorite episode was actually when we had John on and Eric got to fight
John.
that black belt guy.
Another one, John. He was fun. He was great. The stuff he says has a tone to it that I don't see the like of. It's very funny, and you can get. We're good at getting the best out of out of guests, and especially him. We got such gold out of him, and I really love it so much.
Yeah, anybody willing, right?
Yep.
If you're willing to come on here, we're gonna drag it out.
Oh
of
my
you.
God, we pull it out of you. It's the inside out job.
We always say don't ever pull out, but
Oh yeah, you can never pull out. No pull out too soon. I've heard that lately at a bar.
yeah. So I mean, there was them, and then I just
And
have
he
to-
was good when you were doing the wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget. Gosh darn it, don't forget about your wrestling. You got some injuries that frickin' you enjoyed.
They always last. I always injure myself. It's fun.
Sensei Scott injured you real good, huh?
I don't know. Was it him that? Yes,
he was
it
on
was.
one of the.
Was
Scott, did you up? No.
No. Scott came on a different time.
He
right?
was during an after hours. We had a lot of fun.
That's
with
right.
him. That was
Scott
so
was
much fun.
Scott. I mean, he's great.
Oh, you
too,
mean Scott
Sullivan.
Scott?
Well, I'm saying Scott Sullivan.
Oh yeah, no, he was really fun.
That guy's no joke.
Nope.
I mean, in any sense of the word. But what the hell? Oh yeah. So all right. So the guy that came on that I fought.
Yes, he was with K Hart or someone.
K Hart.
Yep.
And thank you both. I mean, shit. I mean,
you
we
got
had-
a lesson, but you were on the mat, and the way you were moving was like, it wasn't like you were getting a lesson. Like you were doing you were doing a session.
I was doing a session.
You straight up did a session.
Yeah.
I saw it with my own eyes, and I was shocked at what I saw, and I didn't even know what to say. And all I had to do was listen to John. What he was saying was something that I wish I could say.
No, I mean, the stuff that John was saying
It was.
as my coach.
I was insane. I didn't even know what to do. Thank God.
The shit he was saying blew my mind, guys. He was nuts.
He was crazy.
But it was pumping me up.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So,
My favorite time was
Shocking.
when you guys had the Eggman on, Eggy, and then you guys did the live stand-up. That was really good.
Goodness, you remember? We don't even talk about the live stand-up enough.
I know we need to. And actually, there's going to be something. We're
Yeah?
going to get in the works. I don't want to say a date.
Don't say too much.
Can't say too much, but there's going to be a date coming up.
You want to see us? You want to see us live in the New England area and the greater New Bedford area? No, not really.
You want to see us in
You want to go?
in Tingsboro?
You want to get nuts? You want to go to?
Might be D-Ray saying, "Do you want to die tonight?"
Do you wanna
It'll be
die tonight?
Maybe Halloween week.
Do you want to
maybe.
watch The Crow with us?
It might be Halloweenish.
You want to watch The Crow with us?
Yeah, John.
Oh, thank you so much.
Um,
No, you want to see us? You want to have some sort of a proximity? We'll have a few laughs. The time is coming soon, and the time for another sort of a stand-up thing. I think you could use it. I mean, sweet.
Yeah, I think
Lord have
that's what we
mercy.
have to do. I think we have to do something live. I'm kind of itching.
You gotta get on the mat on the stage again. Fucking
Yeah, do some flips.
yeah. You gotta do some flips. You gotta suck your own crank
I think I could easily. I could do that.
just a little bit.
So anyway, yes, going through all those, and I have to say big thanks to Megan and
Eggy, yeah, he's good.
James. Oh yeah, we'll get back to Eggy for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, we saw Megan and James.
Megan and James right
in
there. Always,
Connecticut too.
Uh,
Thank God they were there for that. It was such a good show.
you know, they always help out a lot. They do a lot.
They've
for us,
been
actually.
around. They've been around for a year.
Yes, yeah, they've chipped in a lot.
I mean, they're in Extreme Peace sketches, and
Yeah.
James they're in sketches.
Them and Mariah too.
And
Mariah was really good.
Mariah,
We're not joking around here. If you want to get nuts, let's get nuts.
Yeah. Anyway, Eggy,
Yeah, we had a
stand-up
really fun
dude,
time.
stand-up dude. I liked going through the anxiety of doing stand-up with him.
Oh, you know, that was really nice because I already had some experience.
Sure.
And you know, it's not like the hardcore nerves are still around. You know, you're doing 20, 30, 40 shows, like they're still around.
Yeah.
They're still around, so it's not like I was like, hey, whatever. But I was pretty confident back then. Like I at that point specifically, I was really
Coming
stepping
into your
into
own.
it. I never watched it. I don't know if I was good in just rambling or repeating. I don't know, but I was really in a good place because I felt it was true, and I also felt it would help everyone else kind of cope with it, because it's something, maybe cope's not the word for it, but the energy and the anticipation of that release is so strong, you could go crazy from it.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, guys, there's no way in hell that the anxiety doesn't exist. Doesn't matter how many times you've been in
so
front of the
hardcore.
camera.
It's so glorious.
Yeah, all that. You know, stand-up is the hardest thing in the world.
We've done it all too. We've done it all. Well, we haven't done it all, but we've done a bit. And stand-up is the most intensive if you don't have the wisdom in how to route your energy and how to do things, how to rehearse things or whatever the hell. And I'm not I do all that. But if you don't have that, then you're just dealing with raw nerves in anticipation of just letting it out. And I'll just say that again, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean...
But yeah, so you guys,
Yeah.
and you never did that.
No,
Wait, did you?
Thus, at that point...
What did you do so far, thus far?
No.
Did you didn't do Buffalo in Philadelphia yet?
No, that was after.
You might not have ever done any.
I
Now,
think
this
you're
was
right.
our first time.
So that was my first go at it. Let me tell you, there's a lot that goes into that.
That was so great.
That'll mess you up, man.
Oh, yeah.
That will mess you up.
Yeah,
I know
it
it's
does.
only like maybe 80, 100, something like that people.
Oh,
but
no, it was a full house.
Sure.
I mean, it was all friends and this and that, and that's fine.
a lot of familiar faces, but that doesn't mean anything.
No,
Like,
it doesn't. It really doesn't mean anything at all. It really doesn't. And everyone did great. You did great. And it was just so interesting to witness like how guys deal with that much energy is really just such an interesting thing.
It's so
isn't it?
interesting. Think about that. If you had like a group of guys that you hang out with, and you put them through something that's going to make them very,
It's like
very
they're going
nervous.
in front of a firing squad.
Yeah, it's something completely different. And the cool thing is everybody I've ever talked to, when they say, Eric, I can't believe you did stand up, because it's understandable, because I'm not that guy. I'm really not. I'm really not. So like, and I don't think,
now.
and here's the thing, I don't think any guy is.
No.
For real.
It's like an ancient archetype. It's some sort of function. The function of the orator, the function of someone in command of a body of people on stage completely and to himself, is something of mythological weight and density behind it. I will say that.
I've heard one stand-up guy say something, and it kind of like, it hit me right, because it's something that would enter my mind. And think about this. You have a bunch of people that, let's say, bought tickets to see this show.
Mm-hmm.
And right before it, one thing enters your mind. People they paid all this money to see you talk for X amount of minutes, and you're going to convince them that it was worth it. Think about that.
That's nice.
Isn't that crazy?
That's blowge.
But it's a crazy thing to like put on your shoulders.
It's a big parrot.
I mean, somehow you're supposed to make that ticket worth it by just hearing you talk for X amount of minutes.
Yep.
You know what else feels right?
What?
That's a right thing.
Baz coming in with another 20
Baz who?
bones.
Spaz Baz.
Baz coming in with 20 bones, struggling with the idea of materialism and what it means to be successful in this world. I've always been acutely aversive to money and materialism. What's the best way to explain to people that money doesn't matter?
Yeah, well, thanks, Baz. That's a heavy question
It
that
is.
could be summarized with a heavy load of tempered wisdom there, but it's just a bit of a big.
That is very big. I mean, the only way I can think about it is I always like weigh one thing versus the other. If you were to have to give up X to get the big money, is it worth it to you? And I mean, when I say that, I mean like family and, something big, right? So what's worth more? Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I always do one versus the other. I think about
Okay.
that crap a lot.
So you're just doing, he's got the scales
I
out.
have scales.
It's purely practical. It's purely reasonable.
How else can you explain it to anybody?
Well, there's a skill of making money. There's a skill of being awake to not be ashamed at the pursuit of even making a living, not living from a box.
Right.
There's a lot of programming that goes around that can really hinder what you believe you are capable of doing or what you deserve to be achieving. There's a lot that goes into this. It's a really big one.
It is deep, man. It's very deep.
It's a really big, deep one. You have to get over these things that are making you guilty. It's hard to understand unless you've gone through the years, but the fear of success is more to be feared than the fear of failure, because the fear of success is something that you cannot see and you cannot believe that is even possible, and it will hinder you in ways of achievement that you will not see when you compare it to the regular fear of failure.
I 100%
You know what I'm
guarantee that that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Success is like we all fear it. It
You
is.
don't know it though. You don't know. You're like this, I'll handle anything, I'm the coolest, I'll do whatever. But you don't get what it means to be able to step into shoes and to manage a bigger system, to be forced into managing a bigger system.
Because you honestly, you fear it. You,
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of us that even don't want to take that on.
Maybe you think you're too dumb, you're too lazy,
Right.
you're crippled or whatever, or you just don't want that. Whatever it is, these things are going to hide pretty deep and you're not going to be able to discern that.
It's
Yeah.
the fear of maintaining the success, the work
There it
ethic
is. That's
proper for
one.
maintaining it.
Another good part of it is that feeling of imposter syndrome.
Imposter
Oh, yeah.
syndrome.
Yep.
You don't deserve this. You're
Yes.
just a bum. You got shuffled into it
Yeah,
because of whatever.
You grew up in an area where nobody's doing that.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense. Plus, in the journey of success, people are downing you the whole time.
There it is.
because
You
it's a
never get
waste of your time.
encouragement here, there, whatever it is.
They might even say that's not a real career.
Yep. You hear it all.
You hear all that shit.
There's a lot of bad programming you hear from either the culture or people around you that are just whatever dumb or what I don't know, more practical. There's a lot of stuff that is beaten so deep into you in school and such, you don't even see unless you're smart enough to think about it.
I'll give you like the perfect example of even what Charles is talking about. There's opportunities even that I've had where I can, you guys know I've been doing construction since I was 18, right? I don't want to let that go ever completely because I fear like diving into something when I hear every single person saying, how long's that going to last? 2 years?
There it is.
How long's that going to, that's
That's
not a real
witchcraft.
career. That's witchcraft, and that's what people say to you all the time.
See, that it doesn't, you're a grown-ass man.
Right.
These things have an effect on you unless you're a goddamn wizard and you understand everything completely, unless you're seeing things specifically through that lens. But yeah, it has an effect on you.
Right. So I personally, like, I fear that, right? So I do not ever want to give up. First off, I love it. I'm not saying I don't. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not an office guy that bitches about his job all the time. I actually like my job. But I do never, I always want to have this, like, this safe ground to walk on in case they're right. They were
Okay.
right the whole time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Right. Like,
Yeah.
I always hold on to that safe
Yeah,
piece.
it's a sort of it's a hard to define hex.
The stars.
That's
it's
it. Go
a
ahead and shoot
hex.
for the stars, buddy. You're an
There's
idiot.
another thing we can
That's a hex.
we can hold on to.
Will Smith said stuff about that. There is no
Let's
plan
hold
B.
on to it.
Waste like that.
We got Top Drawer with 15 bones. Thank you, Top Drawer. He just has some suggestions on season 2 guest ideas. Mumkey Jones,
Wow.
BJ Kumbi,
Okay.
Kino Corner,
Yeah, of course.
John
Of
Mouse.
course. Yeah, Kino. What the fuck? Where is he?
John Mouse.
Hey,
John
John
Mouse, yeah.
Mouse for sure.
Where's Kino? Like, what happened?
We got
in Texas, right?
Bones,
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
and
love
then
that.
Andy Ruse.
Andy. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And then we have someone that wants to chime in. His
Tracy
name's
Lords?
Terry.
Ooh,
Terrace.
let's hear from
Terry.
Terrence.
Let's hear you. It's such an important one, though. People don't understand anything about that. You know what I mean?
I know.
The Palace wouldn't be anything without Terry.
Yes, for
Terry.
sure.
Is this a hockey game?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They're just playing in an arcade.
Hey, Charles and Eric, this is Terry Greenbeans here, bringing you a special report. Okay, there's a lot of chaos and crazy stuff going on in the
Chaos.
world today, so we're going to focus on something a little bit more positive. There was some MLB history, Major League Baseball history made this week. The first player ever in one season had 50 home runs and 50 steals, stolen bases in the same year. Okay, it's called the 50 and 50. The man who did it, his name is Shohei Ohtani. Okay, he's a Japanese baseball player. Congratulations, Shohei. Great job. He made history. The first person to do 40 and 40 was kind of a classic guy, Jose Canseco, back in the 80s. So people remember him. People remember it back then. So that's a classic name. Something about Shohei that's really interesting is he's a bit of a phenom. He's the only guy in MLB who is a superstar pitcher and a superstar hitter at the same time. He does them both together. Last year he got hurt, tore his UCL in his elbow, had Tommy John surgery. So this year he's supposed to be
Tommy
recovering.
Lee surgery.
He's not even pitching. He's not allowed to pitch. So he's just hitting. 1550 record. So pretty impressive. That's really crazy. What's really crazy about it too is because a lot of people are congratulating him, rightly so, but they're forgetting that he was embroiled in a bit of a gambling scandal earlier this year in April, earlier in the season.
Like Wade Boggs.
There was millions of dollars
Pete
funneling
Rose.
from his accounts to various bookies around the LA area because he plays for the Dodgers. That was really making people a little bit nervous. But it turns out it was just his translator was robbing him and making these bets for millions, which he doesn't make. And kind of took the fall. So that was all covered up. So Shohei was able to make history. So congratulations, Shohei. Can't wait to see what's next from you. That's it for me, guys. I'm going to send it back to Charles and Eric in the studios. Thanks, guys. I'm out.
Nice.
Terry, love hearing that. That's so nice.
I love hearing from Terry, and we have to thank Terry because
Terry, he's been with us since the day zero.
I mean, it's so good. Terry has been he's the cornerstone.
He's the capstone of the whole thing.
We did forget to mention one legend. He just donated 17 bones. Pixelant.
Excellent. Hey,
Happy
yo.
first anniversary, fellas. An honor to be on the first episode. Guy's a
Yes.
god.
Yes, he is.
He was there at the show.
There's so many people to thank. It's actually hard for me to remember, but yes,
he
thank
was there
you.
the first show in Portland. He was helping me a lot.
Yeah,
He was
he's-
freaking out so much. It really made such a difference.
He's helped out so much, so thank you, brother.
My goodness, all this life we've experienced together. My goodness.
Yeah, a whole year of it.
Is it a whole year? It feels like way more than a year.
It actually does.
It feels like
I would say it went
80
by
years.
fast. If I hear the number of episodes, that seems fast, but it does seem like we've been doing this for a long time,
It
which is
does.
nice.
It seems like we haven't seen so many seasons during the Palace.
Right.
Maybe I guess we haven't.
No.
It's because we haven't. But the summer was the last winter was so long.
Oh my God.
It was so cold.
We were freezing our asses
So
off.
cold.
That was a cold winter.
It was as cold as a witch's teat.
It was. And it was a long trek to the B room.
Yeah, there was the bathroom ride that could put a chill in your bones, and if you have to blow everything out, you're sweating and barfing on the way to the bathroom.
Charles definitely went through the ringer with that.
I'm just happy I actually saw it through.
Yeah, you actually
I
came
mean,
back.
not really well, but well enough.
Who was our guest that night when Charles was
No,
actually
Charles
thrown
thinks it
out?
was just Charles and
Yeah, I
and
think
then-
it was just us.
And then Rob stepped in when
Rob
he was.
stepped in, and I was out of control. It was like crazy. The reminiscences of these times, it's really special because it's a new thing. We have lots of experience, but even so, it doesn't matter. You start a new venture and you have a new live thing, even though I've done too many hours live, I swear to you. Eric has plenty of experience. It's still such a new thing, and we're the kind of, you could call it humble. I guess you would call it humble. We don't take anything for granted. I mean, I've run my mouth quite a fair bit about our skills and all that, rightly so, perhaps. But we are genuinely of the opinion that, again, it falls into the undeserving territory.
That's right.
Of the bad habits of thinking. Like, it sounds like a trope, or I don't know what to call it. It sounds like something you brush off when you're younger. But the I'm not good enough or I don't deserve this, it manifests itself when you become so much of a maniac, you manifest it.
That's the hardest skin to shed.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yep.
While we're thanking people, I'd like to thank Hagen, who
Oh,
actually
yes.
has a
Bleach,
big part
man.
to play in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been a huge difference.
Ever since Kuwait, we've been having some good laughs. Yeah.
Get in that crazy
Yeah,
dance.
yeah.
Thank you.
We've been doing it for a bit. Hell yeah.
Hagen's been all-star. He's been literally doing a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And it's made a huge difference.
He's been toasting his buns on the fire with his boys.
And I don't want to discount Terry, too, because Terry really has
Oh, my
been
goodness.
doing it up for
He's
us.
been
so.
toasting our nads. It's so hard. It's not hard to believe, but it's so crazy. The sketches that we rolled out, the way that we did, however we could, and the shows that we would fill the studio in, and how wild we would get sometimes,
Yeah.
is like looking back at November Rain or something.
A long song.
Yeah, it's a long song. It's the ballad of the kings that get what they're gonna get.
It was really fitting that we had to go to the palace and grab the gear because it's a year anniversary.
It's a year.
And obviously that's why we're getting the the boot. Make sure our shit gets out of there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that better not be thrown out. I swear to God, I'll freak out.
I know. But anyway, Charles and I had time to look at the place, and like we said, we were filling like a humongous area. It was good to go through the experience of trying to do that, and
when we did it.
Yeah, we did it, and it was. I mean, everything about this whole thing has been. It's been the best, man. Knowing that I have Sunday to do this with you is literally something I've been dreaming about for a long time.
30 years.
Yes. Imagine that, guys.
It's got to. I mean, 20. It's going to be high 20s, mid 20s. You know, it's
for sure.
It's really, and we've always known. And I don't mean to sound weird or sound crazy. I don't mean to jinx anything, but we've always known it was to be entertaining and to have a net positive to people, especially together, was irrefutable destiny.
It's the only way we were going to do it.
We always knew, because we were maniacs forever, and we found things so funny. We knew that we would force other people to find things as funny as that we do. We knew ever since 25 plus years ago.
We're talking,
gosh almighty.
We're talking 90, like,
95.
Yeah,
95.
95.
95. We're talking about 16 stone. Bush, 94, 95.
We got a maniac coming in.
Dick Cheney? Come on, let's give it up for
We
Billy
got
Joe.
Dick Cheney coming in. $15 donation from Script. Yo, what is up?
What's
Been a
up?
minute.
Biatch.
Coming straight from the S Labs, already a year. Goddamn.
Slime it.
Constantly upgrading my spiritual armor in a battle of modern witchcraft.
Yeah, it's
Time to really
I've been
grapple
getting it.
more new ropes. Time to get even more thankful. Cheers. We have another one
Cheers.
from
More thankful and more ambitious.
ambitious, more deserving of what you reap. when
We
you
got another
sow.
one from AK47 Bear. Forgot to thank him. He's a god.
Always thank that guy.
He was
He's
at the
best.
show.
20 bones from AK. May the mirth ever flow. Great seeing TGE show in CT this week. What was your favorite piece of the palace lore? Is it ISBU, the Ice Wall, the Lizard King?
Man, that's a hard one. That's a deep one too, AK.
I guess the question is an answer, because the time lore and the alternate history lore, and even going back and seeing things lore is something that people don't even bother doing or couldn't or wouldn't do.
I know. You see a lot of heads out there. You see their eyes, and you just know they don't think the same way.
No.
But I mean, really, this is going back there and seeing like the way that place was. Hey, what the heck? This has been, well, just like what we said. It's been what, 26 years?
Yeah, 26 years in the making. Irrefutable prophecy, fulfilled destiny, happening, manifesting every minute, and now it's every second. And now there is a renaissance headed our way, the truest renaissance, and I have the most faith in that than of anything ever.
One thing we can have faith in is 28 bones from Them Coins.
Them Coins?
Thank you, Them Coins, for the 28 bones.
Thank you.
Thanks, lads, for setting me straight, dealing with the outside influences with my new business taking off.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder what it is.
Yeah.
And then we have our Lord and Savior, Terry Greenbeans,
Terry?
coming in with 20 bones.
Terry.
Won you already, it means you're gay. Beautiful.
There it is.
Nipples
There it is.
princess.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
beautiful nipples, princess. Amazing.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's the best. Like that's the best, the classiest. It's the best thing that anyone could have ever said to be the truest to what they should do in that circumstance. Like that is so good to say. But it's the truth.
It's like Frankensmoke.
It's like Frankensmoke and all hell joining forces. Yeah, it's
joining forces.
It's so stupid, and it's so crazy the times that we've gotten to, just learning how to relax on stage, because you know how high of a bar we set to ourselves just because we have a responsibility, because we have a sort of a capability that is a bit exponential.
We always say the worst thing in the world is not living
Yeah.
up to your potential,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and we know, and it's a high opinion with a good reason. Our potential is very high, and it's the shame of not reaching that. That is the only soul destroyer in this world, at least for me, and it's the same for you.
Yeah.
Someone that is a super high potential individual, an uber, a real super, a maniac, a true maniac. and pain only comes from not enough or lack of expression of that potentiality, if I may have used that word for the first time in my life.
No.
Hey, Ochi, thanks for the 20
Ochi,
bones.
yes.
Thanks for everything, guys. Ochi's always there. Thank you so much.
He's always there. And I finished
Goldberg.
American Gods.
Run head on.
Not American Gods. Oof, that's rough.
That's what every decision is.
New Gods.
That's it. Spearheading it.
The spearhead is the dick.
Run directly at the potential failure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's potential. It reached my potential. But I finished. Ochi he gave me New Gods, the Jack Kirby classic in the DC universe. The superhero kind of style. It was very, very, very interesting and inspiring, and it got me thinking. It got me thinking of things once again that bring pain, a lot of potential that is yet unrealized. That is the only source of pain in my life, honestly.
What do you mean by that?
In that, there was a lot in the comic that I knew that fits right into a lot of what I'm writing, or what I should have been writing, or should have already written, and it's inspiring, and it's a reminder of that there needs to be more output, and that there could be death any second of the day, and that output needs to happen even more so, and it's really sometimes a heavy weight.
We've been brainstorming a lot, though.
Oh my God. We had some time together
Yes.
in the office, and we were not resurrecting, but we were reliving, we were conjuring once more a new thing.
It's a plan.
A new plan, a new thing it's a specialist's pursuit. We're specialists.
I do think it's the right path.
It's the right path, and we need more, I don't know what to call it. You can call it projects or shows or comedy. I don't know what you want to call it, but I feel that I've been sleeping.
I just think it's outside of the box, even though we've been talking about the box for a long time.
Many years. We've been shaping up this box that we're working on.
Been shaving the box.
We've been shaving that thing, not too much, just enough. We've been lasering that thing, and we've been building things that sometimes incubate for many years. But I am gonna go crazy if there's not much more output from going forward from here on out for the rest of my life. I'm gonna go crazy. There's so much more that people need to enjoy.
I'm going to
It's
go
gonna
crazy if
happen.
I don't get that cheeseburger soon. It's been on the grill for an hour.
All right, we'll get the grill.
Well, that's the king, the sneak king.
How's those burgers coming?
That's like Burger King charbroiled.
Cheese.
All right, that cheese just about melted.
The cheese just went on.
Take a pause, add some color.
Yeah, it's crazy. We were talking about
This
Gene.
whole year. Who?
Oh! Actually, I want to say this too. There was bowls, so local to us. There was a mall where they were doing like.
We got a news.
I don't want to say a petting zoo. I don't even know what the hell it was,
Yeah,
but
there was some sort of a rodeo.
There was a, yeah.
They were rolling
basically.
down rodeo with a shotgun.
Yeah, and this is bulls on parade, guys. There was, I don't know how many. There's like 6 bulls that got loose local to us, and they were
North
just going
Attleboro.
going up and down residential
It's
streets.
sad.
It was kind of crazy.
I hope they didn't have to shoot them. I hope they could just wrangle them up, get the cowboys, get the lassos,
I
get
think
them back
they're
in
calling
the
some
rodeo.
cowboys. They could nab them,
There's got to be another way to stop them other than hitting them with cars.
or a garbage truck.
Yeah, garbage truck riding into one of those things. It'd be like Large Marge driving into you.
They would probably get them with the forks and throw them in the back.
Right off the Empire State Building, right on top of you. Yeah, the forks.
The forks. Yeah, it's the loudest sound you've ever heard.
It's the burning, twisted wreck.
We got $18 from BC. Thank you, BC.
The BC
30%
racers.
cut for doing nothing seems insane to me. Can we take a moment to realize how insanely greedy that is?
Go
Hey,
on.
happy birthday. I feel like Keanu, the only good guy in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what they
When in the
say.
Matrix he starts to believe. I'm starting to believe. Go
Isn't it?
full mode.
Well, you use the Streamlabs link, and then you
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah.
And you could say what you want. I mean, I like Keanu Reeves. I loved The Matrix. I was obsessed with it when it came out. It was really the most fun thing. I saw it 5-6 times. I got a cam rip of it.
Still one
watching
of the
that.
best, no matter which way you slice
It's
it.
one of the greatest. The greatest, I would say, is probably Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Honestly, if you want my opinion.
Which is so crazy, huh?
I think that is the most splendid movie I think ever made. I love that movie more than anything. I love that movie. It is
So-
perfect.
The one
Well,
thing,
it's not perfect, but it's
one
good.
thing I can say about Keanu is, I think his publicist, or if that's what you want to call him,
Publicist.
Publicist.
Publis.
Publicist. he deserves a gold
Yeah, he
medal.
should be in the Olympics of PR.
Because do you guys believe that he donates like everywhere he goes? You always hear these stories of him going in like a JetBlue
that's
line
cute.
and paying for everyone's luggage.
Isn't that nice?
And honestly, I think it's made a huge.
No, that's his shtick. That's his
Don't you
shtick.
think this has like pumped him
Yeah.
up? Like
I think he's just a pure soul.
10? Oh yeah, probably. 10. It's 10 tiers higher because he's so generous.
He's known for being the guy on the subway. He's known for hovering, not putting his skin, touching girls.
They always put out his
Skin
quotes.
sex.
His quotes of like
Whoa.
like money doesn't mean anything. It's health and all. You know, and all this crap.
Yeah,
no, I'm not
yeah.
saying he might be right. That's probably
Makes sense.
true.
I'm not going to refute that advice.
But you know, that always comes from people that are rich, right? 'Cause-
Yeah,
and
it does.
That's another thing. So going back to whoever said that earlier, apologize for
About
that,
the
but
materialism?
yes.
Okay.
Think about this. I think well, we all know this. Every single time you make a lot of money and you get comfortable, then you start thinking a little bit more, health matters. But when you're in the position we've been, where you're broke as a joke,
Yep.
that's real anxiety
Yep.
and real hardship. People that say that money doesn't matter, it's because they got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is that, and I would agree, but I guess it depends how much you give permission and allow your surroundings and your circumstance to really affect the
Infiltrate.
true experience of your life. And I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not Mr. I ignore all my surroundings and my circumstances,
Sure.
but I know there is another side that is that the execution of it is perhaps more advanced than where I'm at spiritually at the moment.
I'm sure it factors in. It obviously does.
That stuff that is beyond my intelligence, I know is irrefutable. I know it exists because I know I'm a dummy.
Well, I just think if you keep calm and cool all the time, you're in a better position than not.
There you go.
I will say that.
Well, we do have a pure soul that knows that we could use the money, and his name is Dr. Gas. He says,
Gas.
thanks for bringing the good.
Gas.
And, continue hitting like. All
Gas.
you
Oh,
fans
please
out
like
there.
the stream,
Yes.
everyone. Thanks for coming here. This is the Palace.
Please do.
Gas. Gas.
Thanks, man.
Yo, like the stream, leak the stream, please. No one sees it.
Lick the stream.
I will tell everyone, lick that thing. I will tell everyone that no one even sees the stream is even live on YouTube unless there's 1,000 likes.
Oh, God, let's get it there, guys.
Get
That'd
it
be
there. I don't know what it's
unbelievable.
at. 50,000.
It's at 50.
50. 50 points. It's hard to put it all into words, but I like that. I like the exploration of that material because there was a spiritual element to that question, and then there was the practical. And I'm not master of either of them.
Regrettably, I am practical.
Yeah, it's good.
That's like a defense mechanism. I have to be because you have bills to pay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have the money for it, it's crazy.
Yeah,
You
what
get
do you
nuts.
do? You sell ass, sell your seed. I don't know, I don't have anything to add on top of that. But there is an element that I know that I cannot see because I am not worthy of seeing it quite yet. I don't know how else to put it, but I know there are. You know how it is. The things you don't see, the things that bite you in your sack.
Things that hold you back.
Yeah, they
Just bite your sack.
Bite your sack. They tear your sack with a scalpel. Yeah.
My father always says something funny, and Charles and I laugh about it, but there's probably some truth to it. He always says, "Nah, it's gonna work out because it has to." And there's, and you know what? It always does.
Yeah. Well, he was a bit of a shaman when he was extolling that philosophy right there.
I mean, that was
that-
out of pure anxiety.
It was out of pure anxiety, but at the same time, it was the 100% deadlock knowing in his faith that it has to work out, and therefore it will. So there is a lesson there.
There is truth to it, and I think the truth is that if you overreact to that anxiety, I mean, it doesn't get you anywhere.
Yep.
That's for damn sure. But
Worrying is a waste of the imagination.
I don't know. I just think you're going to get out of a lot of situations that you actually think you don't see any out. You will get out of it. I mean, you can't be.
There's one thing at a time. There's the one thing in front of you. There's your imagination, the dread and the worrying. That part of the brain is amplified by all the media and all the philosophy and all the teachers of the world. And unless you have wisdom, unless you're a smart guy, you get hindered by these things.
Yep.
They stop the right algorithm. The algorithm to improve your life it adds routines in between that loop for years.
The algorithm that you're in charge of. Mm-hmm. Isn't much nowadays, but
I swear to you. What
yeah.
a night, man. Can you imagine this night? It feels like we've had this, it feels like this special episode has been for a nice long time and good.
it's good, man.
And it went from light to dark, the rainbows.
Can't beat it, Charlie.
You really can't. This happens every Sunday.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? We've been laughing together for 25, 26, 27 years.
Finally, we have to do it in front of a camera, in front of everybody.
We always knew. And we would still resist it, like, I'm not, whatever. You would resist it.
Nobody's gonna watch.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch. If you resist anything, I mean, that's a whole other can of whoop ass you open up, and how to really set things into motion properly. Because the teachers, you go to school, they teach you about, I don't know, Rome or something like that. They teach you about Greece. They teach you about there's some atrocities that happened during the wars. They teach you a lot about that. But there's a lot of practical things and a lot of even spiritual things. You cannot say you live in a culture or a civilization if it doesn't extol and amplify the spiritual. So therefore, we do not live in a real civilization and a culture. I have to say that. And the things that they teach you in school are sometimes antithetical to the real, that hinder you to the real derivation of joy in the quality of life that is robbed from you if you worry.
I think Eric says that to me every day.
I literally do say that to Nick. Not in the same words. You say it way better than I can.
I say it like an idiot.
I'm like,
rambling for
stop
half an hour.
worrying. Stop worrying about stupid shit.
Well, you have to put it into the right words, otherwise the spell doesn't click. And everyone is so different. Everyone's been programmed by all these different factors. You have to keep on trying it in the language that clicks with people. That's why I'll say it like an idiot. I don't mind. I'm not afraid. But it doesn't click if it's put forth in a way that doesn't connect with the person that you're saying it to.
I'm relatively positive all the time. I mean,
HIV.
HIV, yeah, I'm positive. I am happy most times, and especially when it comes to work. Mm-hmm. Just because if we lose a job, I don't think it's bad. Mm-hmm. I think there's a better one in place of it.
Now that's spiritual.
That's when my brother's saying that, because that happens a lot. Mm-hmm. You give a quote and you get denied, and sometimes they accept it, and then when it comes time to it, you lose the job. Yep. And I say, well,
you're banking on that for logistics and scheduling.
I do it for that happened for a reason. There'll be one we'll make more money on.
And you've seen it with your own eyes.
And it happens.
You've seen it. And I've been told that. And I've been told it, and you resist it. Whether it's a religious thing or a spiritual thing, it doesn't happen to you, and I've lived it for many decades. Things have a tendency to not happen to you if you're not ready for it. Well, this isn't exactly like what you're saying. Yeah. But if something falls through, there's a lot of time it will save you from losing money and time.
Or at least, honestly, play it that way. And I guarantee that you're in a way better light than if you were like this. Time to enjoy unemployment.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, don't go down that road.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, just replace it with something and you'll find out it's better.
A road we definitely do want to go down real quick.
What's that?
Is Dawnbringer with the 20 bones. Thank you, Dawnbringer.
He's bringing the bacon home?
Your aims are the truest. Thank you.
My goodness. Thanks.
Jesus, this guy's aim's good, too.
His aim is true. He can put that fire out from where he's donating.
He's bringing it.
He's tipping the bacon home. But it is a real thing. And as the years go on, there's I hate philosophy, but there is a philosophy or something that needs to be placed on top of the chaos of your thoughts in order to make order of it. Otherwise, you're chaos forever.
Right. I think it's that's the play. That's the way you have to look at shit.
Scrabble.
With me, it's kind of it's narrowed down to work and stuff. But I stay positive with work, and it always works out.
Yep.
Every single time.
Despair is a mortal sin. Despair is something that will close the doors of heaven on you. To despair and to worry so thoroughly where it brings about your own calamity is sorcery used against yourself without even knowing.
Nice. Put that in your pocket.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. What a night.
I love it, Charlie.
What a night.
What a year.
Yeah, what a year. What a celebration. Heat my tootsies up, melt my shoes on my toes.
So good. Extreme Peace is going to come out later on this year.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be it.
That
We
is
have
going to be
Extreme
it.
Peace coming out. Good old Charlie Boy is going to be on the road next weekend, so we won't be
Yeah,
having a
doing
show
Vegas.
next Sunday.
Yeah, go to Skankfest,
Doing Vegas.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to see what happens at Skankfest. Going to do a PGL there. See what else happens there. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to be better than I was a second ago. That's
We
all.
also got 20 bones from Macro Aggressor.
Oh, yo.
Happy
Chains.
birthday to the Palace and much love to everyone.
Grab a lot.
Y'all's are my favorite people in the world and help me do good, extreme appreciation
Atlantic
and
City.
gratitude. God bless. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Nice,
Macro.
man.
The legend of Atlantic City.
Old school, awesome.
The OG. Oh,
Yep.
the OG days. What a night.
Yeah, Macro, you're the man.
The fire.
Thank you for that.
The fire is stoked as
Yeah,
the
it is.
curtains close.
I want to say this about the merch. I know it takes a while. Thank you guys for
Sometimes things take.
Thanks for being patient
Thanks
for that
for your
stuff.
patience.
Stuff's being printed and it's going to be out to you soon. The Murder Charles and the CEO stuff. Thank you
It's
guys for that. Any other shit that took too long, I just apologize for, and we're
Saturn.
It's not that it's
Saturn
taking so long.
ascends.
I'm just gonna say thanks for buying this stuff.
Yeah.
Get more soap. There's I think
You
there's
have
new
to
soap
wash
coming.
your body. Wash in something that is not an industrial detergent, something that doesn't erode your immune system, things that you could ingest and they don't poison you. I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying to do that, but there are things that do damage to your skin. It's an organ, and these soaps are committed to doing no harm.
I would just say in your free time, visit the shop, fullmo.shop.
Fullmo.shop. Go there, get your things there, get some lip balm. You want to kiss your mother with those lips? A lizard's lips?
Yeah, no, you gotta buy. I would say buy everything.
Why not? Where else are you gonna buy soap from? You're gonna buy soap from some big corporation? Wow, that's cool. I mean, let that be. Hey, I'll put that forth. I don't buy soap. I haven't bought soap, and I'm not saying that. Whatever. Hey, I'll be cool. I'll be cool about it. I haven't bought soap from some sort of Johnson & Johnson company in
cancer
many years. You got ball cancer using your baby powder. Have your balls smelling good while you're getting head.
What's the type of baby? What is
Talcum?
that powder?
Yeah, talcum. Yeah, I guess there was some. Mostly. I don't know if any men have suffered from it, but women have suffered from some ovarian cancers due to some Johnson & Johnson's a family company though, so I think we can kind of skate by.
Actually, I think we can.
Yeah, it's a skate by. It's a family company, so whatever. The women, they got cysts on their ovaries. Fuck them. You know what? Fuck them. Those women that got cysts on their ovaries. You know what? Fuck them.
Hey,
Right?
and I gotta say this too. Not to. Sounds like I'm doing something stupid,
What
but
are you tooting?
I want to say thanks for the support with the Hayden site shit that I'm doing for
my
the construction
goodness.
stuff.
What is the channel in the bio or in the chat, or where's the channel link?
Who knows? But
My goodness.
go there, subscribe to that stuff. I'm
Eric,
trying
He's
to.
doing a site He's doing a site YouTube, and he's going to get some videos. He's going to tread in some territory with a tone and a flavor that and a freak that no one else can match.
No one can match that freak.
No one.
But yeah, no. So I'm doing all that construction stuff. I figure if I'm working, I might as well show you what I do during the week.
Show him your arse.
I'm gonna show them it all.
Play with your arse
I'm gonna show you guys what I look like naked.
in the inside. What
So-
a zinger.
Yeah, thanks for the support for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop some merch too.
Yeah,
It's,
oh,
Hayden
oh.
site gear.
Oh my God, the Hayden site gear. And it's a good horse deal?
Yeah, good horse.
Oh no, the Hayden site gear is not remotely a joke. It is not a joke. So
Good.
don't be buying sex. Don't be beating off in condoms.
Don't go wasting your money on sex.
No, I'm telling you, these designs, you're gonna want them. I swear to you.
Good horse and Dave LaForce.
Dave, yes, Dave. Good Dave.
So anyway.
Dave horse.
That's thank you guys for
Yeah, that's so
jumping
sweet.
on that
It's
and tuning
tenderized.
into that crap.
Tenderize your meat to that shit, biatch. Yo, another Sunday.
Yeah, it's fun.
What Sunday?
Is there anything else cooking around? I want to think because this is too much fun and I don't even give a shit. I want to
This-
like hang out.
This is too much fun. I mean, we could do some more hanging out. I could always light up again.
I'm all set on the burger.
Yeah, I'm good for food. I've just been still going deep into the orthodoxy, Christianity. I've been really getting deep into that. Really, just
Tell me about it.
The power. I'm really trying to fashion my my faculties in praying and to being mindful and to try to get to a ceaseless state where there is no worry or no dread. There is only what I need and what I want.
So exactly what, like you were taking what I was saying and you were directing it towards what you're saying.
That's
Like, in
exactly
other
right.
words, you cannot be worrying about shit anymore, right?
No. And I'm looking for glory, I'm looking for manifestation, and I'm going down that route, and I'm looking for ways to subjugate the chaos in my mind, and ways that I haven't explored in the orthodoxy. I'm looking for a humbling philosophy that will help me, that'll help make sure that my ego doesn't go too high and too big, and that my heart isn't too hardened to block off and to fight off acceptance of things that need to be and that I should be working towards. This is the path that I'm looking for, that I'm going towards to help me with those things that the normal ways that I am used to and that I'm cognizant of don't really cut it.
Isn't it kind of funny how like the simple way, I mean, it might have been the way you've been your whole life,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Trying to fight that crap.
Yep.
Like the simple way you look at situations and it makes you boil up and makes you nuts, and you're trying to
Yes.
reverse it.
That's exactly right. And I'm looking for things specifically spiritual that are beyond what I usually contemplate. And I'm looking for the amplification of powers that are hidden from me and that are just completely blocked off. And it requires this path in order that I get out of the box that I'm in.
You know what I think it boils down to? Is a situation has negatives and positives, and what you were like, and probably me, I'm not like singling you out, I'm gonna say everybody,
Yep.
humans,
It's a universal thing.
they naturally go to grabbing what's negative.
They gravitate towards the negative.
So isn't that crazy?
Yep.
So you're trying to do the opposite.
I'm trying to get to places that will facilitate my getting away from those things, and therefore good reasons. I'm just looking for those things. I'm looking for those tools that I've never manifested on my own, that I haven't been disciplined enough to execute. I'm looking for a framework that I can adhere to that will help me get out of the pit that I am in.
I think if you do that, you become a god.
That I'm not looking to become a god.
You know what I'm saying,
Well,
though.
we're all godly in our our generative creation.
I think the
admittedly.
general human condition
A more
is,
perfect state.
is to look for a crutch, and the crutch is
Yes.
geared towards negativity
Yep.
because you can give a reason to people why things aren't working out because you gear towards that negativity.
That's exactly.
I'm not
it.
looking for the crutch. I'm looking for the ladder.
Yes. Yeah. it is really crazy to me, like humanity as a whole, right? So I mean that.
Yep.
Why are we geared that way and not the other way?
You know what it is? It could be. I've been exploring a certain concept that I've been exploring a little bit in the periphery for a long time. And this is something that was very staggering. I might as well just tell you right now.
Yeah.
Super staggering, and it is in the spiritual realm, and it is in the realm of discipline. And because you're never taught how to work on things spiritually, or because you're given your religion. You're given religion, you're not given spirituality, and I'm not trying to water over redemption and these things that happen irrefutably on our timeline. But you come to a point where you're looking for things that have been hidden from you. And there are some concepts that I've been contemplating more and have been introduced to such a more exponentially amplified way than I usually think of things. So what I want to say to you, that the retention of semen and the abstinence of sex and the expression of it, I'm not the expression, that's not procreative. I would put forth the idea that itself, if abstinence itself is the key to working on things spiritually at all, as with something like fasting, something that is very difficult to execute, that is impossible in the culture that we're grown up in. You got to eat, you got to get high, you got to get buzzed, you got to have load, you got to get your
I was
nut.
going to say, I mean, everything's so accessible.
Everything is this.
For a reason.
Everything is this.
Okay.
All of those things. I would say that, and I'm not saying asceticism and you should be a monk, because these things have bad connotations. But in regards to your power and what you have and your energy and your life force, things that are hidden from you. It's all like, you get your nut, you watch your porn, you
watch football and then you go to bed.
And you kill yourself because you don't have money. These are just blanket statements. But these ideas that are put forth that are I don't want to say backed up, I'm not trying to sell something, that have a foundation in either ancient philosophy or high-grade modern philosophy and the sacred texts.
This is stuff you read about?
Yeah.
So holding back your nut
Yes.
is a thing that you read about that will beef up your spirituality.
It'll beef up your spirituality in that the discipline required to not idolatrize the orgasm or the material gain is required for purification. I will put that forth. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're going to be that nerd, you're going to be an incel. It's not that. It's just your willpower is abdicated when you create the idol, the idolatry, the carven image of the release of sex that you're entitled to because you have a cock or whatever the hell, or you buy something or you amass material gain. That itself becomes the idol, which is worshipped and prayed to. And if you're serving that, you cannot gain anything spiritually. You can only serve mammon, and mammon is that idol of even the unbridled sexuality and the shirking of abstinence. And I'm trying to, it's a bit of a heavy thing.
Yeah.
I would say that is a bottleneck to culture and civilization itself and spirituality itself. And if you live in a culture that is nut this, nut that, is sex this, sex that, abuse that, this and that, that is going to be, you live in the pit and you don't even have a culture or a civilization if the fabric is built on just the expenditure of either time and financial money or sexual energy. If there is no discipline in that, then you serve a God that you don't even know you're serving.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
I do. Just in case I missed it, like you have a wife, I have a wife.
Sure.
You're saying still, like, that is not what you're talking about. You're saying
No,
like,
but it might be.
So-
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like holding off.
Yep.
Let's say sex and all that stuff.
Sure.
You're not saying with your wife. You're saying all together.
I have to put forth all those ideas just so we can get to a general truth. The wife and that stuff is, I guess, a different story, and I guess we could get into that. But I mean, generally speaking, because people are so free with, I'm just going to go have sex or I'm just going to go rub one out.
I agree.
That right there that's like
a culture killer.
That's a killer. That is the first killer. And if you don't have that mastered, then you worship another god besides the Lord.
Okay, fair enough. I like that. That's good.
It made me crazy because anyone that goes into conspiracies and the semen retention, No Nut November, that philosophy, the Christ consciousness thing, the 33 vertebra, the Kundalini, there's a lot of that, of the sex magic that's in the culture these days, but it's not looked at in this way that we're talking about it right now. It is idolatry to execute to be in the freedom of, I can shoot my nut anytime I want, anytime. That is the ultimate abdication of the only ultimate power that you have.
Right. You lose it.
Over
and over again.
If you live like that and the culture lives like that, they've already lost everything because the doors are closed to spiritual development and the ladder to ascension. If you live in the sex culture where you can be drained, your balls can be drained at any moment. It means you're
drained yourself.
You're drained forever, perpetually, and nobody even knows it because it's not styled. The spirituality has been completely gassed from the entire culture and civilization. No one even talks about it. So it's only like, oh, you deserve to express yourself. You deserve to be with a horse or a car. That car has got a nice pussy. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's that it goes to
Yeah.
such a deeper level of what you are capable of and the discipline and the vitality that is retained
And
if you don't just let yourself be drained.
And what people idolize.
What people idolize.
Because they
These are
start
idols.
idolizing that.
It is an idolization of your freedom to spend however you want and to have whatever possession you need or to have any sex you want. That is idolatry, and people don't understand it. And it is the barrier to entry to any spiritual growth. If you can't say no to a bit of food, what are you deserving of other than I can't say crazy stuff like that.
But still, what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Is on a tier that's this high.
It's a high tier.
So you idolize it. So that's what you've been.
I've been in that realm.
You've been in that realm.
Yep. Because I'm looking for purification. I'm looking to not be hindered by a hardening of a heart or an inflation of pride. I'm looking to not be hindered by that. I'm looking to live a truer way, a more perfect way. You can't get there just by your own intelligence, because you're not intelligent.
You got to hold the seed in you for a while.
You have to hold the seed. If you lack the discipline to retain your seed, or if you lack the discipline to not eat a piece of cheesecake, then you have no place in the court of divinity. It's irrefutable.
I'll tell you what, I'm convinced. Son of a bitch.
We have a couple people
Isn't
that
it
are trying
crazy?
to
Really
give
good
us
job.
their seed real quick.
All right.
We have Barbados with $20. Thank you,
God, what a
Barbados.
God.
Thank you.
New leaves on old trees. New moss on old graves, as they say. Thank you for that.
That's dark, but it's right.
And then we have Vigilante with another 20 bones. Happy 1 year of the
Tokyo?
Palace Boys. Hope to see more mirth maxing in the next few years.
Dude, it's never going to end until
Thanks.
I'm literally in dead.
For your
Literally.
seeds.
Yeah.
It ends when I'm dead.
I'll be in a casket.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing to think
I'll
of
be in a
that.
casket, and then Charles will actually do better.
It's amazing to think of dying, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I don't want to think about it too much.
No, but it's thinking about it in the wrong way is what does the damage. The
know.
remembrance, the constant remembrance of death is something that reminds you to live instead of to prepare to live.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Death is like a thing that it'll enter our minds constantly, won't it?
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of rough.
There's just something happens to you when you hit 20. There's something happens to you when you hit 30.
Yeah.
There's something happens to you when you hit 40.
40 is like crazy because
When you hit 40, something happens.
then every single thing that you feel, you think is serious.
Everything you used to shrug off and say, "Oh, that's for a later time," is then an inch away from your face.
You can be cocked going to sleep, or just about going to sleep, and you say, "I'm gonna have a headache tomorrow," and you pound like 4 Advils. But when you're 40, you say, "My liver's had enough."
I might actually fucking die.
I'm like this. I should deal with the headache.
I've been doing this for 30 years, 20 years.
Yeah, I should deal with the headache because I can't add anything else to this puzzle.
Yeah, it's real. But the liver is resilient, and the liver can be regenerated. The liver does take a lot of time to show damage, but so the liver is the most important organ in the body, and you can do a lot if you just stop certain things, and maybe milk thistle, and there's a bunch of other things. But I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start thinking. You
Those
start
milestones.
overthinking.
Yeah, you hit milestones. You're like, am I really going to live to 80? You think about it. Am I really going to live to 80? So am I more than halfway done?
I
You
know.
like this.
That's crazy. Yeah, stuff. It definitely. I mean, like the death thing does enter your mind. But honestly, I mean, it enters my mind a lot. But I think I'm doing my best.
Oh, you're doing you're doing the best.
I think that every single time I think of death, I say, "What else can you do?"
What else are you going to do?
I mean, shit. I do drink too much, and that's about it, though. I don't go too crazy.
Hey, you get some milk thistle, you get some NAC, some this and that. You can get your liver going again, fix your bile.
I also think about how boring some other people's lives are. You ever come across a lot of people? I come across more people than you because I deal with clients.
Yeah.
And
Normies.
Yeah. Honestly, just like run of the mill. They work. They want to put a patio in.
Yep.
There's no real purpose because they're not hosting anything. And I talk to people about like, they're like, "Hey, did you catch a football game?" I don't catch football games. Sometimes I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I don't do like normal things that everybody I come in contact with.
You're the
do.
abnormal guy.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know.
I think that's a good sign.
If I tell people
You don't have time to watch football games.
on Sundays I'm here talking to you guys with Charles, and everybody's jaw drops. What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Why?
Well, they don't do anything.
We talk about how we didn't have time to watch football.
But I mean, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Couple family vacations. Other than that, work, TV, and I don't know how anybody lives like
Dude,
that.
if I would be dead for many years if I had to live like that. We're not. I mean, it's not better this or better that. We find. It's not even that we're so funny. It's not that. It's not a pride thing. It's that we find things so funny. We are destined to make things funny.
Well, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I laugh harder than most people at funny situations.
The way we find things funny is so blessed, and it enriches people's lives.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is like
Wasn't
this was
it
a
a
lot of
good
fun.
one?
This is a great night.
This was tremendous.
Hey, thank you to Patreon. We're gonna be here forever, guys.
My God, we're not going away. We still have some decades left.
Watch out.
1 year deep.
Watch out for those bulls.
Oh yeah, watch out for those. They'll go right up your shorts.
Bowls.
Bulls.
Oh, bowls, yeah.
Oh, I'm
right, guys.
sitting on a basketball right now.
Thank you guys for everything.
Yeah,
1
this has
year,
been a good
I appreciate it.
One
Thanks,
year.
Charles.
This is the palace.
Son of a bitch, Charles had some good stuff tonight. Man.
Wasn't it
It's like,
crazy
kinda
tonight?
Like, making my mind
I
crazy.
thought I was gonna be Frankensmoke by the end. Oh, let's go away.
Shit, was that good, Charles?
Yeah, wasn't it crazy? Yeah, that book's been growing my freaking balls. Coiled serpent. It's gotta be the woods.
Probably is. Deep woods.
See you in a couple weeks.
Backwoods.
Yeah, time for some buck cherry. That's the Smoky God.